Most guys try way too hard to impress women with words. Fancy compliments, flirty lines, non-stop praise. But here's the truth no one tells you. The most powerful compliment isn't even spoken. It's felt. A woman can feel when a man sees her, really sees her, without needing to say a thing. That's where Stoicism comes in. Your silence, your grounded posture, your calm eye contact, it speaks louder than any pickup line ever could. You walk into a room and you don't say much, but your energy says everything. You're not chasing attention. You're not eager to please. You're not trying to win her over. That kind of quiet confidence is rare, and because it's rare, it's magnetic. Women are drawn to that tension, to the mystery of a man who observes more than he speaks. She starts wondering what you think of her, and that wondering turns into attraction. When you give her a subtle look of admiration, no words, just a flicker in your eyes, it's like lightning. She feels chosen, but she's not quite sure why. That's what keeps her hooked. See, when a Stoic man gives attention, it matters. It's not scattered everywhere, it's deliberate, controlled. It's not what you say, it's how you carry yourself that makes the biggest impact. And when you finally do speak, that's when your words carry weight, because she already felt the compliment, long before she ever heard it. Most men default to the same tired compliments. You're beautiful. You look amazing. Nice dress. And sure, she might smile, but deep down, she's heard it all before. Hundreds of times. From guys who are just trying to get something from her. But if you want to stand out, you need to stop complimenting what the world already sees and start noticing what most men miss. Tell her, you carry yourself like you don't need to prove anything, or there's a quiet strength in how you listen. Now that hits different. It cuts through the noise because it's not about her looks, it's about her essence, her presence, her being. When you compliment that, you show her that you're not looking for a pretty face, you're looking for depth, for something real. And here's the twist. Women crave being seen this way, truly seen. But very few men take the time to observe, to feel the energy behind the surface. Most guys are too focused on impressing her. A Stoic man? He's watching, he's reading her, and when he speaks, he says what no one else has noticed. That's why his words linger in her mind long after he's gone. The forbidden compliment isn't loud, it's not flashy. It's the one that hits her soul and leaves her wondering, how did he see that part of me? Most men waste compliments trying to flatter what she already knows. But here's the truth. If you want to unlock a deeper level of attraction, you have to reward what most men overlook. Not her makeup, not her outfit, her femininity, her softness, her emotional strength, her ability to bring peace when everything's loud. That's the real treasure, and when you recognize it, it hits her differently. Tell her, I respect how you handle chaos with calm. That's powerful. Or, you make people feel safe when you speak, and that's rare. You're not just complimenting her. You're valuing something deeply feminine that she probably didn't even know was attractive to a man. And when a Stoic, grounded man reflects that back to her, it shakes something loose in her. Because here's the thing, high-value women want to be seen by high-value men, but not for their looks alone. They want to know that the way they nurture, the way they give, the way they move through the world is noticed. When you reward those traits, you're not just making her feel good. You're giving her permission to be more of who she is. And that opens the door to a kind of connection most guys never even get close to. She's used to men praising what's easy to see. You'll stand out when you praise what's easy to feel, but only if you're the kind of man who sees it. If every guy had the guts to say what he really thinks, most compliments wouldn't feel so fake, but they do, because they're safe, recycled, watered down. The compliments that actually leave a mark, they're the ones men are afraid to say. The forbidden ones. The kind that feel too personal, too honest, too risky, and that's exactly why they work. When a man says something like, "There's something about your presence that calms the room. You don't even try and it just happens," it stuns her, not because it's sweet, but because it's rare. Because it required attention, observation, and confidence. She knows you didn't pull it from a script. It came from your stillness, from your awareness, and that makes it dangerous in the best way possible. See, forbidden compliments aren't bad or inappropriate. They're powerful because they reveal what most men never take time to notice, or worse, what they notice but don't have the courage to say. When a man like you speaks up, it shocks her system. She's used to being complimented on her body, her looks, her style, but this feels deeper. It feels almost intimate, even if you've just met. It's not about trying to win her over. It's about showing that you see something in her no one else has touched, and when you do that, she won't forget it. She won't forget you. Ever noticed how the loudest guy in the room usually says the least? He throws compliments like confetti, hoping something sticks, hoping she'll bite. But here's what separates you from the crowd. You don't need to be loud. You don't need to constantly validate her to be noticed, because a Stoic man knows that when he speaks, it counts. Your restraint is your power. You don't throw out compliments just to get a reaction. You observe, you wait, and when you finally decide to speak, it lands like thunder. Why? Because it's unexpected. Because she knows it came from a place of truth, not desperation, and most of all because it's rare. She's used to flattery from men who crave her approval, but when a man gives without needing anything in return, without trying to impress, without trying to get her attention, it changes the game. That's what Stoicism teaches. Emotional control, inner calm. You're not trying to fill the silence. You own it. And in that silence, she leans in, she pays attention, because now, when your words come through, they feel different. It's not just about what you say, it's about the contrast, the space between your calm presence and your precise, meaningful words. That contrast is what makes her heart race. It's what makes her remember the compliment and the man who delivered it. Most men ruin the impact of their words by sticking around too long, hovering, explaining, waiting for a reaction. But the real power of a compliment isn't in how long you linger, it's in how fast you let go. When a Stoic man gives a compliment, he delivers it clean. No strings attached, no need for validation. And then he pulls back, like it was nothing. That contrast, it drives women crazy. Imagine saying something like, "You bring a kind of stillness most people never notice." Then, without waiting for her to react, you shift the topic, or simply leave it hanging. That move creates tension, good tension, because now she's not just sitting with your words. She's sitting with the silence you left behind. And in that silence, she starts wondering, why did that hit so hard? Why did he just drop it and move on? Who is this guy? Most men don't get this. They cling to the moment, they try to extend it, but what actually makes a moment unforgettable is knowing when to walk away. When you give her something real and then retreat, it flips the dynamic. You're not trying to win her over. You're not seeking a reward. You're a man who speaks truth and moves with purpose. That withdrawal, that space, it pulls her in far more than chasing ever could. Because mystery doesn't beg for attention, it invites it. And that's the kind of energy she'll chase.